So you want to main Athena, goddess of wisdom. First, ask yourself, why do you want to main Athena? She's a very strong support. She can follow you anywhere and everywhere. She has a very easy setup. She's consistently a mid to a high tier support. Cons of Athena. Her abilities heavily rely on her teammates. When her abilities are down, she doesn't really have anything else to do but body block. Athena is a Greek SMITE guardian. SMITE has classified her as an easy guard, and I find her kit very straightforward and easy, but I find her playstyle pretty average. In this guide, we're going to explore Athena as a support, jungle and solo, going through her abilities, combos and attack cancelling, builds, counters, what not to do, and general tips. With that, let's go through her abilities. Athena's passive reach. After using any ability, Athena's next basic attack is a ranged attack. It hits all enemies it passes through. This attack deals an additional 15% magical power as damage. Reach's damage will trigger basic attack item effects, but not ability ones. And some additional notes about this basic attack. The attack benefits from 33% of total lifesteal. On-hit effects are only applied to the first enemy hit. The ranged attack doesn't incur the basic attack movement speed penalty. Okay, that was a mouthful of a passive, but it's a pretty nice extra to have. Athena's first ability, Preemptive Strike. Athena's 1 is a dash type. Athena powers up for a dash. While dashing, Athena will pass through minions, stop and hit the first enemy god she encounters. This will deal damage and slow all that she hits. If she hits an enemy with her dash, Athena gains 1 stack of block, maximum 3, and absorbs the next basic attack from any god that hits her. This ability is Athena's main engagement. It's a really nice engagement as she does absorb a basic attack after dashing, deals a slow and also gains a stack of block. This engagement especially counters hunters and basic attack based gods, although the counter is significantly less on gods of high attack speed such as Kali. Athena's second ability, Confound. Athena's 2 is a cone type. Athena releases power from her shield that taunts enemy gods. Taunted gods are forced to fight or chase her. This ability is extremely powerful setup for your allies. Athena's third ability, Shield Wall. Athena's 3 is a ground type. Athena summons a group of warriors who do damage upon arrival. After 2 seconds, they will strike additional damage. This ability would be Athena's main damage and clear. Athena's ultimate, Defender of Olympus. Athena's ultimate is a global type. Athena picks a single allied god anywhere on the map, launches herself up into the air, landing next to that god 4.2 seconds later. During the 4.2 seconds, the chosen allied god mitigates 20% of the damage they're taking. Enemies nearby where Athena lands will take damage. Unfortunately, if the allied target dies while channeling, Athena will land at her current location instead. This ability can be used as an escape, damage mitigation for allies, engagements, and just simply from getting to a place quicker. For the first 5 levels, at level 1, her 1, at level 2, her 2, at level 3, her 3, at level 4, her 3, at level 5, her ultimate. For leveling priority, quick note, shout out to Emilzy for helping me out with this part. Recently, Athena received a nerf, so it shifts her prioritization just a teeny bit. Her 3 for damage, her 2 for taunt duration. Now the next 2 are game dependent. You can prioritize her ultimate if you're using it more aggressively and you want the damage. I would specifically recommend this one if you're playing jungle and you have a reliable teammate that can maximize her ultimate's damage. If you're using this for more defensive games, I'd recommend her 1 over her ultimate. Prioritizing her 1 will increase her slow duration and damage. So basically, 3, 2, 1, 4, or 3, 2, 4, 1. Combos and attack cancelling for Athena. Athena's attack cancelling falls in more with her passive. With Athena's passive, you get 1 long range basic attack for any ability used. This does not stack. In a perfect world, you want to make use of all these long range basic attacks, but sometimes you simply do not have time to do that. I will show you how to do them quickly as possible with her first 3 abilities. With her 1, you can dash and hold onto your mouse click. This will automatically throw out her range basic attack right after her dash. With her 2, I recommend putting your 2 on quick cast. As soon as you let go of your second ability, use your range basic attack. With her third ability, drop down her 3 and hold down the mouse button. You can try to use these in any of the following combos, just remember that you won't be able to get them all off all the time. You do not want to give your enemies the opportunity to escape or counter you. These are just really good for extra damage. Before we get into combos, I'm going to talk about her 3. Remember that her 3 has an initial damage and a secondary damage. To maximize her damage of her third ability, you want to get right on the enemy, use the 3 and then taunt for the secondary damage. I will show you how that looks when going into combos. With her 1, her dash, a majority of the time you want to use this to engage. It slows the enemy and helps the setup. Now I know this sounds like a lot, but I'm telling you this so you can maximize Athena's full potential. You do not have to follow these extras as Athena is still very useful with just the basic and baseline of her abilities. For short combos, engagement, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 2. For medium combos, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2. Ultimate is situational and doesn't really fit into a straightforward combo. You'd follow the ultimate with any of the combos I've stated. Builds for Athena. For a support, it always depends what enemy team you're up against. For a core, you could go Guardian's Blessing, Shoes of Focus, Sovereignty, Pestilence if you need anti-heal. For jungle, Assassin's Blessing, Shoes of Focus for CDR or Shoes of Magi for Pen. Items that are great for her in jungle are Stone of Binding, Void Stone, and Breastplate of Valor. There are a lot of other items you can use, but it's always dependent on what you need in your game as well. For solo, just like the first two builds, depends what enemy you're up against. But for a guideline build, you can go Warriors or Guardian's Blessing, Shoes of Focus, Void Stone or Genji's Guard if against a magical, or Breastplate of Valor if against a physical, Void Stone if you didn't buy it earlier, Spirit Robe. Other items you can consider are Pestilence for anti-heal, Magi's Cloak if you need CC absorption, Emperor's Armor. I will be releasing a video on how to build and use items for support and solo as reference for my guides. This will assist you on how to counter build and when and why to build such items. Some good relics you can use as Athena are Blink for aggressive playstyles. After that, as a support, jungle or solo, it depends on what your team needs against the enemy team, such as Shell and Heavenly Wings being the most common. Counters of Athena. Athena's taunt is countered by beads and Magi's Cloak. Once her kit is down, she doesn't really have anything to hurt the enemy with. She heavily relies on allies to follow up. If your allies don't follow up, nothing really comes out of it, unless you do a lot of damage. If trying to escape with her dash, make sure you do it where it won't be interrupted. Her dash is very easy to interrupt, just by stepping in front of it. Be wary of ulting on allies who are already very low. Your ultimate has a wind up time, they might die before you get there, therefore wasting the ultimate. What not to do as Athena. Do not go in without your teammates. Do not put yourself in bad positions, it sucks having to use Athena's ultimate as an escape. Do not be afraid to ult your teammates, it really helps them out if they're being chased and ganked on. Do not always use your third ability before you taunt, it's okay to use it after. Remember the risk with this combo is that it gives time for an enemy to react. Tips for Athena. Ult, ult, and ult. If you see a fight happening and you're not there, ult on a teammate to get there. You have huge potential to turn the team fight around. Ult on teammates who are in need of damage mitigation, it might help them live. VGS commands. VAA, which is attack, is Athena's best friend. Use it every time you want to go in. This will prepare your teammates. When going for engagements, try ulting your melee allied gods, like warriors or assassins. It gives you a much better chance on landing on an enemy. Prioritize those who need damage mitigations with your ultimate. Even if you're very close to your ally, but they're taking damage and you have no abilities up to help them out, feel free to ult on them. This will damage the enemy that's on top of them and also mitigates damage for the ally. You can use her ultimate as an engagement with the right allied gods. A cheesy and classic example is on Loki when he ults on an enemy. You can use her ultimate to get from place to place. If your team is doing Fire Giant, feel free to ult on them to get there faster. And that is all for the Athena guide. If you'd like to request a god guide or simply just to support me, the link is down in the description below. Any likes and comments would be super rad. If you have your own Athena tips, share them down below. Make sure to click the bell if you love SMITE guides. This will notify you when I post a new guide for you. I hope to see you for the next one. Bye!